So continue our topic, that is succession of plants. I have told you succession means formation of new species in any given area or any particular area. So here we will see how succession of plants takes place. So we see here three types of succession. One is hydrax, when the organism formed, hydrax, organism formed in aquatic medium. Then Gerards, means desert. Then Mesic, Mesic means land. So we will study about these successions. So let's start. As we know, when the earth was formed, there will be no life. There was no life. So first, rocks, large rocks are found. Due to weathering, heat and cold, the rocks start cracking and formation of soil occurs. So on these soils, formation of lichens occurs. Lichens tends to formation of bryophytes. Then they tend to formation of pteridophytes, then gymnosperms, angiosperms and so on. That's why the plant community increases. But here we will see through different steps how hydrax succession occurs. Let's understand it through example. So suppose this is a water body. First, in the water body, submerged plants, small plants are found. They are submerged. After that, they tend to formation of free floating plants, submerged, free floating, then half submerged, half out of the water. In this way, formation of plants get increased. Means from simpler to complex plants are formed. And after formation, they gradually retain the water from that water body and converted into mesic succession. Mesic succession means plants started from aquatic medium. Gradually their number so much increased that they converted into mesic succession. We can see that first phytoplankton, then your submerged plant stage. If I told you in sequence, first phytoplankton means these are the small plants. Then submerged stage, submerged means half completely the plant is inside the water. Then submerged free floating plants. Third one is submerged free floating, means they are inside the water but floats, submerged free floating. And next is reed swamp stage. Reed swamp means the area where water is retained or water is present but plant is present but water is not so much. Then marshy meadows. Marshy meadows means where a little bit of water remains, means that area is like your so much humidity and clay. That's why. Then your shrub stage. Shrub stage means here the water is completely retained and they tend to formation of trees and they are from a forest. So look, life or plants start from water and gradually they converted into, suppose first phytoplanktons come, then submerged plants means which are inside the water, then submerged free floating means some are submerged and some are free floating, means one of them covers the upper layer of water and one of them covers the lower layer of water. Then reed swamp stage means where a little amount of water left and the plants start forming. Then reed swamp where humidity or clay condition occurs. In case of marshy also the same. And then tend to formation of shrubs, means middle sized plants are formed and after that trees are formed. Now see, here the life start from water but ends with land, means it converted into forest. So this is climax of aquatic community, or we can say hydrax community and formation of mesic community or condition. So this is called succession. Next is, again I am giving you the example of Gerards. Here I think you understand, here plant formation occur in hydrax condition, means in water, but tend to formation on land, means they acquire or they cover the land by forming it into or converted into forest. But here in case of Gerrick condition or Gerard's condition exactly happens the same. First, some plants are cover the desert, and gradually their number increases. Due to their increasing number, they release water through transpiration, and due to water in that area, humid condition forms, and they tend to formation of rain occurs, and due to the water, sufficient amount of water, other plants are able to grow in that area, and after some days or some years, the desert condition again converted into mesic condition. So here we can see Gerards converted into mesic, Hydras converted into mesic, and Gerards also converted into mesic. So this type of succession is called mesic succession or mesic condition that is formed. So next we see pioneered species. Pioneered species. Pioneered species means the species which invade a bare area. Bare means completely space. There is no any other organisms or plants. So when first time any organism grows in that area and completely covered that area, that is called pioneered species. Do you understand? Pioneered species means we can define as when or the bare land acquired by any plant. Pioneered species, yeah, or we can say it as the pioneered species which invade a bare area. Invade means acquire. I think you understand. Acquire, covers a bare area. Bare means khali area. Bare means space, no more organisms. So here let's understand again succession. It is of two types. Succession is of two types. One is primary succession and another is secondary succession. One is primary succession and another is secondary succession. In primary succession, where life is not even present from earlier, first time life formed there. Primary succession means when life formed first time in that area, so it takes a long time, means it takes millions, lakhs years, millions years. So here I will explain you that primary succession, you can define it as when life first time arise in any area. That is called primary succession. Suppose for example I have told you that formation of lichens on the bare rock, formation of lichens on bare rock, and how they are formed. As I have told you, due to getting or due to receiving maximum heat and humidity, wind flow, the rocks get converted into soil, and on that soil lichens grow. Lichens crack the soil, crack the rock, and they help in the formation of other higher plants like your bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperm and angiosperm, and at last they form a forest. So here the succession of forest occurs from rocks. So we can say it as primary succession, and remember primary succession we can define as when life is not before there, first time life formed there. So this is primary succession and it takes a long time period. Again, what is secondary succession? Secondary succession means life was there, but due to some reason, maybe due to natural disaster or artificial disaster, it is vanished from that area and again it start growing. So we can say, taking example that Jhum born cultivation, which is your slash born cultivation in tribal areas, people used to burn the forest and uses it for their cultivation of crops, and when the fertility is decreases, then again they move to another area, but after some days again there possibility of formation of forest. So this type of succession is called secondary succession. So we can define as secondary succession means life was there, but due to some reason it was completely finished and again life is formed. This takes less time when compared to primary succession. So this is the difference between primary and secondary succession. So let's move to our next topic, that is nutrient cycle. That is nutrient cycle. What do you mean by nutrient cycle? nutrient cycle. Before it, I am telling you about standing. I have told you standing crop, here standing state. What is standing state? The amount of nutrient present in the soil in any given area. The amount of nutrient. So what are the nutrients that is required by plants or other animals? Maybe nitrogen, carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, etc. They are the nutrients required by plant in any given area. So standing state is defined as the amount of nutrients like nitrogen, carbon, phosphorus, sulfur, etc. present in soil in any given area is called standing state. So let's understand the nutrient cycle. Nutrient cycle is divided into two types. One is gaseous cycle and another is sedimentary cycle. Gaseous cycle and sedimentary cycle. First we have to understand cycle. What do we mean by cycle? Cycle means when the process starts from one point and ends at that point, that is a cycle. So here gaseous cycles are nitrogen cycle, then your carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, etc. Means the nitrogen that is used by organism including plants and animals and again returned back to the atmosphere. Same for carbon cycle also, the carbon that is used by different plants and animals or living organisms and again returned to the environment, and oxygen also used by plants and animals and returned to the environment or atmosphere. So in this class we will study about carbon cycle in detail. Same for sedimentary cycle. Sedimentary cycle means when the cycle takes place through soil. Means the amount of nutrient that is retained by the plants or animals is again returned to the soil. Means taking from soil and again returned to the soil. So in this we will study about sulfur cycle and phosphorus cycle. Sulfur and phosphorus cycle. So first let's understand carbon cycle. As we know, all the living organisms body is made up of carbon. Means 90% of all living organisms body, all living organisms body is made of carbon. So if we are using carbon regularly, then how the amount of carbon is the same in the atmosphere. When we compare different gases, the percentage of different gases, we saw that the amount of all gases remains constant. How this is possible? Because we are using the gases for doing particular functions or formation of any other substances, and after formation we again return it to the environment or to the atmosphere. So if we saw carbon, from where carbon are released, the carbon source is during respiration. During respiration we release carbon dioxide, and from carbon dioxide carbon is used by organisms. So how this is used by the organisms? For aquatic animals, they use carbon for making their cell calcium carbonate. So carbon is here important source. So that carbon goes to the atmosphere through respiration. Again when we burn any substance, then it produces or release carbon. That carbon is also go to the atmosphere. So from the vehicles, from the industries, from industries or factories, during respiration we release carbon to the atmosphere, and that carbon is again used by green plants to synthesize food, and the food is used by living organisms, means by animals, as well as the aquatic animals for making their cell wall. I have already told you that is calcium carbonate. So this is how carbon cycle occurs. So we can understand it, or you can follow the diagram in your NCERT book. Carbon cycle, from which source carbon is going towards the atmosphere and how it again return to the organism. So this is your carbon cycle. Next is your phosphorus cycle. As we know, phosphorus can't be taken by plant through air, so its cycle is sedimentary cycle, and it takes place through soil, means plants take the phosphorus from soil. So how this process occurs? First, consumers leave organic matter. Consumer give detritus. Detritus means those who are degraded by detrivorous. Then it is converted again into reaches to the soil solution, and from soil solution it is taken by or uptake by the producers. Producer means here the green plants. So consumers release organic material, that is called detritus. They go to the soil, and after mixing with soil solution, again it is taken by the producers. Producers again gives detritus, which is called litter fall, or their leaf or any other part when fall on soil, they get degraded. So this is also, and some amount of phosphorus we also get from rocks. As phosphorus is a mineral, so we can get it from rock. So in this way we can see how phosphorus cycle occurs in soil. This is all about your chapter ecosystem.